Right now, is it working? No, if it's going to work or not. Right. I'm just going to put here, if you hover under the video, click the live thingy so the dot turns red. So I hope you'll get it in a minute. If you sort of hover your, depending on what you're on, if you're on a computer or tablet or something, if you, underneath the video, where you can like scroll backwards and forwards, a little thing that says live, if you click where it says live, there's a little red dot which should come on, which will bring you up to live if there's a slight delay. So hopefully they might now decide to work. Drives me up the wall. I don't know what's going on. I think there was probably an update or something in the background again which screws things up as usual. I'm going to have to build another Linux PC and get away from bloody Windows because it drives me up the wall. Constantly pissing about with my computer without my permission. It does piss me off. Anyway, right, let's see. Hello. Evening all. Let's see who's here. Ollie, hello. Gary, hello. Peter W. Gary, Rob, hello, hello. Kevin, Jack, Paul, Peter C. Excellent. Right, hopefully this sounds like there's a few people there then, so it might be working. Good-o. Right, so what have I got to show you? I've been busy cataloguing stuff all day. So the collectible stuff, most of the descriptions have been updated for collectible stuff for next weekend. I've got to do proper photos of everything yet, cut them all out, and there's still a load of stuff to add as well. So I think there's about 225 lots there at the moment. There'll probably be about 300 lots, I should think, altogether, something like that. Might be a few more actually. There's lots of machines coming. I'll show you those in a bit. We've got World's Fair and coin slots from 41 years ago, as usual. So let's have a quick scout at the collectible stuff. There's some extra bits come in. Let me just bring my thing up in the background. I'll scoot through these ones. You've seen these few bits and bobs. I still haven't uploaded them to the website yet, so let's quickly scoot past these. Get you to some interesting bits that came in. Cookie stuff. There we go. Da, 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 da. Where did I get to? New things. Here we go. Some new stuff. Right. More enamel signs. A Roundtree's Cocoa. Eden, Pete and Stella. A tube thing, the actual from top of the tube train, late 60s one. As you like that kind of thing. That's actually a flower bag, American, framed up. Interesting thing, bit of advertising. A railway crest, North Eastern Railway. Nice condition, that one. A folio stand, useful thing to put your big pictures and stuff in. I've got a whole bag here, a whole sealed bag of 200 royal wedding crowns, which I presume are Charles and Di ones. Load of, now here, there's a load of cigarette cards. I don't know if there's any sets or not. I think they're sort of part sets mostly. But they're in quite a lot of old cigarette boxes. So I'll split them up. I'll put the empty cigarette packets separately, because if you've got cigarette vending machines, which I know a lot of you got and collect, it's nice to have the old packets to put in the vending machines, isn't it? So, yeah, I'll split it into two lots, if that makes sense. Put the packets separately. I might put the packets in the machine sale. That'll make more sense. I'll put the cards in this sale. Load of matchboxes. Anybody collects those? Some stereo cards. These are 1945 from the Russian-Japanese War. Quite interesting. Quite rare, probably. There's some hot air balloon ones in as well. Hot air ballooning wartime or something. Very interesting. A nice little apothecary case. Dinky little one. It's only like 7 inches square, cube. Mahogany. Flush brass handles, glass bottles, all the biz. Very nice. Drawers. Like calendar sign thing. It's quite nice. Postcard album. This is probably several hundred photographs, and there's mostly probably sort of turn of the century to about 20s, probably at the latest, something like that. There's lots of seaside towns and piers and things, that sort of stuff. I'll have to have a rough guess. It's probably sort of about 80% full, something like that. So I can have a quick scout through the pages and type how many there are, but probably several hundred. This is interesting. A plank, an oak plank. Woo, they all say an oak plank, but it's an oak plank from Nelson's flagship, Ford Royant. There we go, which was wrecked off of Blackpool Pier in turn of the century. Read all about it online, so it's quite interesting. It's all stamped up. Basically, the ship was salvaged and made furniture and all sorts of stuff out of it. I think I read somewhere there was until recently there was something in the Blackpool football stadium or something, and the bell from the ship is in the Blackpool Museum or in the town hall or something. There's all sorts of bits of it all over Blackpool made into things, so that's quite interesting. Kevin says, used to like the apothecary cases in the horrors auction. Yes, have a lot of sort of stuff like that. Exit sign, sort of cinema exit sign working. Extremely heavy bronze and brass porthole, and it's like, when I say very heavy, it's like bandit heavy. You can hardly pick it up. It must be worth a fortune. Scrap, I should think, but a really good quality one. If you need a porthole, if your ship's missing one, we have one in stock. There you go. Little kind of railway carriage candle lamp thing. Brook Bonds T, double-sided one, and your foot square, nice little one. A giant screwdriver. Now, who doesn't need a giant screwdriver? This is about 3 foot long. Yeah, why not? Just what you need. Nice Salter platform weighing scales. Big brass dial. Like for railway like luggage platform type thing. I think it's probably original carpet on it as well. It's quite nice. Nice carpet square, the right size for the scales, so it's rather nice. A couple of ice cream figures. Girl and boy. What's that? Oh, microphone. Got some tape recorders. We've got a microphone there as well. There we are. And there's some other bits and bobs and stuff as well. So that's all of that. So as I say, I'm trying to get most of the proper photographs done tomorrow, and the catalogue at least partly online tomorrow night. That's my plan. Probably be overnight, like silly late, and then the rest of it Tuesday. So we're getting there on that one. Right, let me just swap file over and we'll have a look at machines. There's lots of new machines in. I need to click that over there. Click this over here. Click that over there. And we should be good to go for machines. Right, okay, hang on a minute. Right, a couple of signs and bits and bobs. We've seen these before, haven't we? Right, so there's a few here if you tuned in Friday night, but for those of you who didn't, we'll just quickly go through these ones, and then there's lots of new stuff as well. Right, haunted dummy working model. Sort of a homemade job, but quite good. Lights up, speaks, moves, all that sort of stuff on 50p. Probably take quite good money actually, I should think. Sort of full size, you know, like crane sized type thing, ready to go on site really. An animated amusement spookettes. All be done, working nicely. It's got a digital soundboard in it now, as well as the original tape player's still in it, but it's running on digital sound now. lights up, moves. It's on old penny. Just has it got? I think it's got locks and keys. Is one? Can't remember. Or does it need locks? Whatever. It's only a lock, isn't it? A couple of quid. So there we are. That's quite nice. Very nice condition. If you want a spookettes, good operating piece. A pushy shooter. Very old, sort of original paint. This one working, old penny. This one's got its original locks on it, but no keys. But it's all unlocked, so you can just cut some keys for it. That's quite nice. No feet on this one, but they're so ridiculously tall with feet on anyway. You can't, kids can't reach it with the feet on, so it's probably no bad thing. Electric shock machine. I've sold one of these before. Might even been this one. I can't remember. But anyway, electric shock machine. Little fortune teller, old penny, spinny dial type thing. The fairy. A Brian's clock, of course. Why not? A rather nice French fortune teller, Bonzini. These are conversions from the French roulette machines. Quite nice kind of spacey artwork on it. I think it gives you your lucky number, lucky month, and your fortune, and something else. Four different things basically. The little windows on the artwork, so it's quite nice. Penny, I think, is working key, etc. Wonders boomerang. Not the Isle of Wight one the other day. Funnily enough, the gentleman who bought that dropped something off in the week. He said, "Oh, a boomerang." I said, "Yeah." He said, "No." I said, "Well, it's not the one from the Isle of Wight." He said, "No, I know, because I bought the one from the Isle of Wight." So there you go. So this is another one. Like buses, as they say. So rare thing. This one looks like it's hardly ever been used, really. Excellent chrome, excellent case, original locks, keys. Yeah, there you go. Another two Brian's clocks. These two are ex Thomas's, Hunstanton. They are, I can't remember the numbers. It's something like 2166 and 2168, I think the serial numbers are. So there's like a gap of one machine between the two. As you see, there's the non-jackpot version, which is actually quite rare, and a jackpot version. So non-jackpot, jackpot, and they're, say, one serial number, well, two serial numbers apart, if that makes sense. So it'd be quite nice if somebody bought the two. Chances are the number in between we've probably already sold, or either that was still to come. I think they must be running out of clock soon. But anyways, they're all, well, I assume they're complete. They're actually locked this time. They usually come, they've not had locks on. Occasionally they've not had a door on. These two and the hidden treasure, they're all locked, so I'll get them unlocked. The hidden treasure, I think, is the last one. I don't think they've got any more of those. So if you want a hidden treasure that's not been touched for 54 years, this is probably going to be your last, well, almost certainly your last chance. Evening Sinclair, late to the party. Did you miss this? Have you got that one? A boomerang? If not, we've got a boomerang. There you go. What did I get to? Hidden treasure. Yep. A very nice jigsaw. I think I sold this one before. Nicely restored. Really good playfield on this one. Always popular machine. If you're going to have a 30s pinball, it's kind of one of the ones to have, really, isn't it? Good machine. There we are. Nice Wonders jigsaw. Rotomint Super. I don't know if this one works or not. I haven't plugged it in yet, but will do, see if it does anything. It probably does, actually. I think it looks in pretty good condition, really. Could do maybe a fresh coat of varnish on it, but otherwise it's quite tidy. Cigarette vendor. This has got 3 or 4 packets. I think they're full packets, actually, cigarettes in its senior service, if I remember rightly. One we sold a few years ago. It's even still got my old bit of string on the key. There we are. Somebody bought it, took it home, and clearly never done anything with it. And it's back again all these years later. Nice little labels on it. One of those. Nice honesty box, working. Halfpenny this one's on. Rich's patent one. We've got a few shiny bandits have come in. Lots of people like a shiny. Another quadru. We had one last time, didn't we? Got another one. 4-wheeler aristocrat. Pretty good chrome on that one. A Regal Super 22. Damn, pretty nice, smart, shiny chrome on it. If you like your kind of 60s looking stuff, which a lot of people do at the moment, it seems to be the in thing. A little mini Sega. Again, all that up and running. Got his 2 flaps on it and everything. Back door, locks and keys, ready to go. Mills high top, or Mills Bellamatic high top, 6-penny escalator, jackpot, proper back door. Things we've got a cash box as well. Locks, keys. I think I'll probably paint it a different colour than the silver personally, but there we are. I think a bit funny silver. Brian's All Sport. I haven't had an All Sport for a long time. Really nice one, this one. Very good original condition. I think it's on Tuppenny Play, I think it is. So if you wanted it on penny, it'd be a pretty easy conversion to put it onto penny. Again, up and running, locks, keys, I think, ready to go. An Aristocrat Olympic Blue Star Special. Not this particular version before, quite a rare one, I understand. So you got kind of an extra jackpot line. You got all the bars, but the 3 stars also gives you a jackpot. So it's kind of double the jackpot chance. Original locks and keys on it. Good chrome again. Another one of your nice 60s chunks. An Arcadian. Again, I think it's got probably original locks and keys on it. Oh, certainly it's got locks and keys anyway. 1p play, that one. It's sport for choice this time. For this kind of era of bandits. Funny enough, I don't think we've got any early bandits at the moment. Just the way it goes. A Buckingham. Instone Ashby Buckingham. It's Wild Man. Rather funky. With the motorbike on there and the kind of purpley cabinet. 5p or shilling play, that one. Be easy to come out to 10p probably if I wanted to use it. A Grosvenor Crazy Joker. Again, locks, keys, working. etc., etc. And then we've got a, hang on a minute, click, there we are, not. Boland Sports, and how many stars is this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 13-star version. I think there's a 15-star version as well, isn't there? So many different versions of these, different fronts. I don't know what the names of any of them are. If anybody's got any old Tom Boland literature with proper names on them, because it seems of each of their, you know, like the film stars, I think I've got 5 or 6 different versions of film stars were sold over the years, and they all seem to have different numbers of stars on them. But then the usual, the Greyhound and the Sports and the what's the car one, the Brooklands, etc., seem to come in all different cases as well. Anyway, I digress. What's this one on? Tuppenny, working, locks, keys, etc. An extraordinary on old penny, locks and keys again. Back door, etc. Always like the extraordinary. I like deco things, so there you go. I guess that's why, isn't it? A Primus on penny, I believe that one's on. Working, locks, keys, etc. I think it's the only wall bandit we've got in at the moment this time. Interesting. A Peerless, up and running, set of cards in it. Well, it looks slightly tatty. It's very solid machine. It's just sort of, the paint is a bit flaky. It's sort of like 2 layers of paint on, and one's not been done very well and half fell off again, so I want to strip him back. But it's not rusty. It's a really good solid cabinet on it. Locks and keys again. Up and running, working. Good money takers. Just to operate. How many Peerlesses do we have? Several when we were operating. Always took money. A monkey racer. Now this has got the so the top strip in the window there where it says the Palm Climbers. So it has got the original one which says Monkey Racer. But the gentleman had a new one made because he thought it wasn't terribly PC, because they're not actually monkeys that climb the trees. Yes, they're young men instead, shall we say. So I did think that was very particularly appropriate, not very PC. So anyway, the Palm Climbers, as it's called now, but the original one is there if you want to swap it back. On old penny. Working. Well, yeah, it is working. It will be working. I think the strings have got tangled up. Need a bit of a sort out on its journey. It was working before it left. So went to play it today to show somebody, and we're having a bit of a tricky, but I don't think it's all there. All the coin return gears there and everything. Rare machine, original backflash, artwork. It's got a full set of original locks and keys. 2 keys to each lock even. There you go, on the old key tag. Don't actually know who made this, if anybody knows. It'd be nice to know. But there we are. It needs to go on site, really. Sure, there must be a nice penny arcade that I can go and live in. A Brenner Fun ball past the arrow. This is the, I think, version 2, as I called it, of the 4 different versions I know of so far. This is the one where you crank the handle down twice to play it. It appears to have been at some time in its life put in a newer, the doors original, into a newer, nicely done oak cabinet, and it's a bit thinner than usual, which is probably a good thing because they're usually quite deep, aren't they? But yep, up and running and working. Old penny, locks and keys. An extra win, one of the more unusual wins. So if you don't know this one, that the kind of the circle thing in the middle of the playfield there has a it's like a circular casting with ball bearings in at various points, and it twists round with every win. And if you kind of get an extra ball at the top, then you get an extra go. So it's a way to show an extra win, hence the name of the machine, extra win. There we are. So all up, nice and working. Locks, keys, original glass, top flash, etc. Don't touch too often that one, it's a bit more unusual. And a time limit, again one of the more unusual wins. There's like kind of like clock in the middle of the playfield, and while the clock hand turns, you can't lose. You just keep, in theory, winning and again and again and again. It got rather fabulous big arcade sign in, all lights up, all works, flashing lights, and does all the biz. It's about 5 foot long, I think it is, something like that. I'll do a little video of it running. But yeah, if you want a big, impressive sign for your games room, fairground thing, rather nice, very good condition. I was going to try and look up some names on the rides on the artwork there and see if they're real showmen. That'd be quite interesting to know, wouldn't it? So one of those. I think we're back to the start then, aren't we? Oh, there's a few I will do. I might do an extra live stream tomorrow night, especially as tonight was a bit of a muddle to start off with. Because there's a collection of electromechanical wall machines coming in, dozen or so I think there's going to be. The chap's been gradually sending me pictures of them and little kind of video snips of them working, but they're all on my phone, apart from this one. Cascade and the Orbito and the top 10. But I've got some others, so I will try and get them downloaded off my phone and see if I can get the little bits of video clip the right size to put out on YouTube, and perhaps do that tomorrow night. They're not here yet, but they'll be coming hopefully next week at some point, later in the week I think. Once transport issues have been sorted out, basically. So they should be here. But so I think there'll be a dozen or so. There's the earlier Jameson ones in nice oak cabinets, like a Rota Fruit, Rota Pool. One of the other ones, I can't think what it's called. This top 10. The Orbito, the Dennis Jezal Pusher, several other ones. So yeah, nice little collection of that sort of stuff. There we are, back at square one. Let me just press the play button on these for a minute. Just click these bits past, which you've seen. Back to the machines. Yeah, so there you go. Lots of nice stuff. There's going to be about 70 machines, I should think, in the auction on the 25th, something like that. So bigger than I thought it'd be, to be honest. I thought after the last 100 last month, it would be a bit slow this time round. But there we are. What do I know? Ollie says, visited Wookie Hole yesterday, and I definitely, it would be worth trying to organise a meet up there, maybe next if possible. Very nice rare machines there, and well worth a visit. I've not been to Wookie for ages. Well, not since Jerry died, basically. Yeah. Time is my problem. If you want to organise it, great. I'll just publicise it. And I can just come down. For having me to time to organise anything else is tricky at the minute, to put it mildly. A lot on the go. Right, let's have a look. A quick look. I've got whilst these are flicking past, World's Fair from May the 5th. What's the date today? The 4th, isn't it? So May the 5th, 84. And also a coin slot. Same date. There we are. Let's see what was happening. Any comments, questions on any of the machines or anything, fire away, or any of the other collectible stuff. I'll try and keep an eye on the comments as we go as well. Right, let's see what was happening. So May the 5th, 1984, Circus World has been sold. So I've still never been there. Circus World in Orlando. A loss maker for the toy company Mattel since 1981, which was not included in the sale to the Feld family of the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circuses and the Holiday on Ice Follies Ice Show units, has finally been sold to Jim Monahan, a Phoenix, Arizona developer, for a sum said to be more than $10 million. Circus World was revalued at $16 million in September, at which time a loss of $19.5 million was reported for the last year. You lose $19.5 million in a year. Bloody hell. Attendances have dropped from 1.1 million in 81 to 887,442 in 83. Mr. Monahan's aim to improve the park's poor local image, adding some rides, a new hotel, a recreational vehicle park, and a residential community for retired people on the 220 acres, etc., etc. Okay. £3.5 million plan to redevelop Wellington Pier at Great Yarmouth has just been revealed by the Borough Council. The latest plan includes a conference centre cum exhibition area for up to 1,200 people, a bar, a restaurant, a floating base for water sports, a refurbished theatre and a rooftop club disco. Two of the other developers who are interested, Lordsvale Finance, which will be running the Galston swimming pool this summer, and Dune Property Developers, wrote to the committee asking for more time to prepare detailed plans. Great Yarmouth businessman Mr. Glenn Harris of Elgin Lord, who has already revealed sketch plans for his £2.5 million proposals, also did not attend the meeting and will be preparing detailed plans, etc., etc. Wellington Pier, that was all the rage. Peter says, "Oh, how many machines at Wookie? Jack, is the time limit the one that didn't sell last auction?" Yes, that time limit. It's back for another go. Hopefully we'll get it gone this time. Right, what else have we got here? World's... Havoc at Morecambe. Oh dear. Sounds good. Havoc at Morecambe. 5 dark rides at Morecambe Pleasure Beach were wrecked by drunken and aggressive groups of scooter riders who invaded the resort over the Lancashire coast over Easter. Oh dear. The main damage at the pleasure park was done on Good Friday, although the waltzer was put out of commission for the whole of Sunday. The wrecked rides were the Star Trekker, Ghost Train, Noah's Ark, Haunted Hotel and Haunted Swing. On Saturday night, several of the scooter riders got under the waltzer, presumably to sleep, and shifted some of the packing. We had to realign the packing and make the ride safe during Sunday, said General Manager Mr. Jim Rowland. The police were called more than 10 times to prevent fighting and provocative behaviour, such as squirting shaving soap from canisters and spraying beer from cans over the pleasure park operating staff. They were like animals. For the first time, we had to close the casino bar at 10:15 and also employ bouncers. The scooter mob left early on Monday. They were bad news for Morecambe, said a spokesman for Johnny's Entertainment's arcade and fairground at the back of the former Winter Gardens. The fact that they were here kept a lot of family people away from the rides. The scooter mob took over the town, but after they left, we had a great day on Monday, he said. There we are. Those pesky scooter people, eh? It says, didn't count the number of machines, Peter, but we'll send you a couple of walkthrough videos of the machines. Oh, right, cool. Sounds good. Send them to me as well. I'll try and see if I can get them to work. Show people tomorrow night. Be good. We like a little video clip. Right, else was happening? Anything exciting? Irish. Funerals, don't need to know about funerals, doing weddings. Was there anything nice for sale? A quick scout through. Wanted an octopus person. Applied to Frank Edwards. Things disconnected and reconnected. The Kinder Carousel Juvenile ride for £5,000. Are we still broadcasting? I think we are. There's an air dome in white and green, £3,000. There's an auto drone for £1,000. Sounds cheap. And a Colston type chair ride for £1,500. A Zampala punch ball, £700. Oh, an arcade truck here. So you can have an arcade truck extending to 58 foot with 30 machines, £8,000. How about a juvenile Ferris wheel? 5,850 on a Bedford CF chassis. It for the rides. Ladybird. Oh, no price on the Ladybird ride. I love a Ladybird ride. Do you know, I never owned a Ladybird ride. Well, I never ended up buying one, but there you go. East Anglian Coast. Oh, you can have an arcade, cafe and kiddies fun park with an 18-hole putting green. Lease available or will sublet. Telephone Mr. Stimpson. Don't say where it is though. Anything else exciting? Doesn't look like it. Funerals. There's a preview of Taylor's Nearly Ready skid. Albert Taylor's 9-car Laking skid. Semi-derelict. Has all been restored. It's renamed the Roll Rider skid. There we go. Right. Wrexham Fair caters for all. More funerals. There's a lot of funerals this week. Schumer's books. And Connecticut. There seems to be much else other than lots of funerals and weddings. So we'll have a look at the coin slot then. Shall we see what was in there? Make sure I've not missed anything exciting for sale. I don't think so. I have. Right, okay. We'll have a look at the coin slot. Oh, it says your machines put these to shame condition-wise, and a lot of them played connecting. Did have a nice Brian's metal 4-square crane, which you don't see very often. No, it's not too many of those around, is there? Right, coin slot, what was happening? Atari cuts its losses. Oh dear, Atari cuts its losses. They suffered a loss of $34.9 million, which reflected the seasonal low volume of the video game business. And the continued excess of game software inventories at retail. Oh dear. Design Council Award for the Universal Hopper. Universal Hopper is a good bit of kit. Some in the auction actually, if you want to use Universal Hopper. Right, okay. What was new this week then? Let's have a look. Bomb Jack. Taytale Bomb Jack. Well, it's a good job going here. A major fruit machine manufacturer requires an assistant to its design director. This position will carry great responsibility, and the successful applicant will be charged with assisting in the concept, design and development of machines to the production stage, eventually being made responsible for this department. The position offers a salary of $15,000 per year, plus production bonus, an executive car and all the usual fringe benefits. Full removal expenses will be met by the company if necessary. Right in the strictest confidence. I wonder what company that was. There's the PO box at the coin slot. It must be one of the big companies. Right. Is the Mini Sega sixpence one? Yes, it is. All working. Blocks and keys and everything. With both of its little flaps on, the flap to cover the reels and the flap on the payout thing, you know. little flap that covers the payout tray. Auto Route, Barcrest Auto Route is the new AWP. I think that's one of the ones that makes loads of money, isn't it? I'm sure somebody told me, Auto Route. These days. For sale, coin-operated plastic injection moulding machines, the Mouldomatic. Only machines of the type in the UK, various moulds. I've never seen one of those in the UK. I've seen some good videos of them. There's a few, isn't there? In the American theme parks, there's a company out there that keeps them going. Mouldomatic machines. They make like little plastic, like silly little toys you used to get in cereal packets when I was a kid. But coin op and you see the thing squirt the hot melt with plastic in. Very novel. I've never seen one over in the UK, but obviously they came over here. Anybody ever seen one? Mouldomatic machine? Anybody got one? Even better. Right. Oops. Wallace's Arcade's got a unique location. Oh. In 1968, while returning from a trip to Las Vegas, William Wallace was taken ill and subsequently underwent a prostate gland operation. Don't know why we need to know that, but anyway. Prior to discharge from the hospital, Mr. Wallace was told by his doctor, "Go home, Mr. Wallace, not to your caravan, but to a house. Your travelling days must end." For a fifth-generation member of a travelling showman family, that was a mortal blow and not an easy one to take. But the decision did have to be taken. It so happened that William Wallace was operating dodgems at the time on a site near Hollingworth Lake near Rochdale. Opposite the site was a showroom and workshops of Eric Whittaker of Whittaker Brothers, and Eric Whittaker had decided to sell his premises. Here was an opportunity for William Wallace. He thought it had potential as an arcade in the future. He bought it and the adjoining piece of land, but continued to travel for a further 2 years. But eventually he had to call it a day. He and his wife Sally moved into the flat above the premises and opened the arcade. It has proved to be a rather unique arcade at that. It must be the only inland seaside arcade in the country. That may appear to be a contradiction in terms, but the arcade, Lake Amusements, is a unique location. It is sited on a corner plot immediately opposite Hollingworth Lake, which is a tourist attraction. In addition to the wide expanse of water, the panoramic views and the sailing boats, there is also a small beach. I wonder if it's still there. I've never been there. On the car park opposite the arcade and in front of the lake is a site frequented by travelling fairs during the summer months, and Wallace's Arcade is open during the season. It thus enjoys the benefits of a seaside arcade, open from early morning until late at night and frequented by both young children and parents. Also opens the weekends. Blah, 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 blah. The arcade is small but filled with a variety of equipment. The games are quite old, typified by a selection of aristocrat Arcadian machines on 2p play. There's a Whittaker Brothers 6-player roulette as a centrepiece and a countdown pusher, 1 pinball and a small variety of video games. The latest fruit machines are JPM's Bar 7 and a conversion by Video Fruit Services of Instant Replay to Wheel of Fortune. Anything else to say about it? I wonder if it's still there then. Hollingworth Lake. Anybody know that? In where did they say it was? Near Rochdale. Don't know that one. It would be great to see a video of the fairgrounds scene with the lights flashing around it. Yes, I will make sure there's videos. And I assume those sort of lights were hung in arcades, etc. in the past. Yeah. On the walls. Sold quite a few different ones. I don't think I sold that one before though. If we look, hang on a minute, let me just pull that website up briefly. If you go to arcade decor, arcade signs, illuminated signs, there are lots of different ones. I always quite like these kind of cut out perspective ones, quite fun. A few different ones of those over the years. The Pink Panther ones are quite funky as well. Welcome to this amusement arcade. So yeah, that sort of thing. Sold a few different ones. With one or just one or the other. If you don't, if the flashing's driving you a bit mad. Applications for new arcades anywhere in the city. And it's already started. Miserable gits. Councillors feel they've been let down by the government and that there should be a national policy of controlling the number of arcades through licensing instead of relying on planning regulations. Thomas contracts its own factory. Thomas Automatics has been experiencing such a boom in business that it has set up its own production facilities. There you go. Leeds-based former amusement machine supplier Alfred Katz was bankrupted indefinitely at a recent public examination in Leeds. The court was told that Mr. Katz's amusement machine supply company had collapsed with debts of more than $600,000. Okay, what other scandal is there? The Atari factory's moving from El Paso in Texas to... Doesn't say. That's useful then, isn't it? It's half a story. Okay, well, we won't read that then. It's half a story. Right, where's the top 10? I know you're all itching for the jukebox top 10. Here it is. Okay, top 10 jukebox hits from 41 years ago tomorrow is... At number 10, the Pointer Sisters with Automatic. At 9, Bob Marley with One Love. At 8, Kool and the Gang in the Heart. 7, New Order with Thieves Like Us. At 6, OMD with Locomotion. At 5, Hello with Lionel Richie. At 4, Phil Collins Against All Odds. Number 3 is the Flying Pickets with When You're Young and in Love. At number 2, Queen with I Want to Break Free. And at number 1 is Duran Duran with A Reflex. There you go. That's your jukebox top 10 from 41 years ago. Why does my OBS keep disconnecting? How annoying. Dave says there was a Disney version of the Mold-O-Matic called the Mold-O-Rama. Yes, there was, wasn't there? I remember reading there was an interesting website, American website about them. I think it's the company that's kind of keeping them going and bought all the bits and the supplies and whatnot. I think they basically pretty much own most of the machines in the States, the ones that are out on site. I've been on one during lockdown, but it was a bit of my price range. It went to $55,000. Ah. Yeah, so I wonder if there's any in the UK. I've never seen one. I've never known of one in the UK. If they're making that much money in the States, there probably isn't anymore, are they? 'Cause if there were, they've probably gone back, I suspect. For sale, a collection of 22 antique and old one-arm bandits. Also, 3 wooden-based bingo flippers. No price, annoyingly. Yeah, okay. Pin tables is Williams Flash, £175. A Bally Globe Trotters, £225. And a Gottlieb Roller Disco, £175. Asteroids video, 70 quid. And a Galaxium for 200 quid. Okay, what else have we got for sale? Managers are required in Newcastle on Tyne. It's a clearance sale here. Well, that's always good, isn't it? A clearance sale. What have they got? They've got an Atari Centipede Mini, £350. An Atari Space Duel, £280. Pac-Man, 100 quid. Donkey Kong, 125. a Rally X 250, a Battle Zone 110, Pisces 100 quid, Mzz Pac-Man 285, and Astro Attack 20-inch colour 50 quid. How about a freehold property, a bingo hall? Glen Royal at Shipley, Yorkshire, former cinema, now fully equipped for bingo. A substantial property with additional rental income from small let shops and advert hoardings of £5,140 a year. Suitable for bingo, snooker hall, retail, etc. Price only 70 grand. Also, you can have a cinema in South Kirkby near Pontefract, Yorkshire. Fully equipped cinema in main road position with ample parking. Offers around 25,000. How about an Atari Dragon's Lair Mark II as new, 2,950. A Nintendo Wild Gunman, 975. There's no price. That's annoying. Some nice things there. It was a Whittaker's Le Mans 2p, a Whittaker's Beachcomber, 12 Summit Coin Puller Winner fruit machines, and 6 upright fruit machines. All in Glasgow with no price. A Summit Wheel of Fortune, £200. A Bellfruit Bobby Dazzler, £200. And a Maygay Emperor, £250. Site ready machines here. Sega Star Trek Cockpit, £1,295. Williams Defender, £395. A Midway Bosconian, £795. A Midway Tron, £395. A Rockola 468 Jukebox, £495. Service engineer required for a London-based company, £6,800 a year. Service fruit machines. A general manager required by a prominent London-based leisure company for a very large leisure complex in Blackpool, £13,000 a year. In Dundee, you could have a lease for sale with option. Excellent turnover, large leisure complex. So you get on the ground floor, you get an amusement arcade, a pool hall, a chip shop, a large roller-armour disco, and a self-service cafe for 50 people. And then on the first floor, there's 2 separate discos, one incorporated in luxurious lounge bar, excellent potential, room for expansion, full entertainment license, sold as a going concern, 200,000. Oh, this is a good job here. Look, it's Cinema USA Blackpool, the all-family show. Require for the season a friendly, smart, capable chatterbox. Are you a friendly, smart, capable chatterbox? They're looking for a spieler. Commencing spring bank holiday to October. 5-6 day week, including weekends. Wage negotiable. Possible end of season bonus on results. Uncle Sam uniform provided. Medium build. No have a go or learners, please. Write or phone your details and arrange a trial in early May. With Mr. W.J. Fazackerly. There you go. For sale, an amusement arcade, a 3-storey building on a 7-year lease. Rent and rates £5 grand. Turnpike Lane in London, priced at 20,000. Holiday bikes, 2-seaters with fringed canopies. I remember them at Butlins. Good business, great earners, £295 each, or £1,500 for the 6. Or in a West Yorkshire town centre, Main Street, you can have a leasehold amusement arcade with unlimited AWPs, no restrictions, 10-year lease, 50,000. Or Blackpool. Blackpool must be sold urgently owing to alternative plans of owners, a well-known and well-established nightclub disco restaurant. Prominently situated next to the tower, 100 yards from the central promenade. Very high seasonal income, already breaking all-time records. All year-round trade, 2 floors, recently refurbished, plus living accommodation, 2 AM licence, long lease, genuine reason for an urgent sale, reasonable offers invited in the region of 75,000. Many more with a price on. The South Midlands bordering Wales, you can have an 80-piece operation comprising video games, jukeboxes and pool tables on 50 good sites. Plenty of scope for fruit machines and the expansion of existing business. In a not too exploited area, offers around 27,500 including vehicles. Right, anything else? Any good gossip? Don't think so. Bingo to let in Great Yarmouth at the Sands Arcade, Hemsby. And Top Rank are opening a new bingo club with 1,300 seats, a prize bingo, 2 bars, 2 buffets, and there's no smoking area. £400,000 conversion has meant jobs for around 50 people. And this is going to be in the former Top Rank suite in Station Hill in Reading. There you go. There we are. That's it. Marvellous. Right, has the Brian's All Sport got locks and keys? Did you say it was on 2P? Yes. It's on 2P. Working. Yeah, I'm sure it's got locks and keys. Ready to go. Nice original condition, that one. Not had one for ages in All Sport. So yeah, nice machine, that one. Super. Right, so to say, what we'll do tomorrow night, I think I'll do another live stream because this one didn't get off to a very good start and probably half the people gave up and went and had a cup of tea, which is what I'm going to do now. And I will endeavour to download off my phone pictures of the electromechanical stuff and the little video clips the chap has sent me of. I don't think all of them, but most of them work. And they do all work. I think it's just not got around to video them all yet. So whatever I've got, I'll try and put it all together and we'll have a look at those tomorrow night and a catch up. Meanwhile, tomorrow I shall be busy doing more pictures for the collectibles sale with a view to getting the catalogue up, or at least partly up tomorrow night, kind of overnight. And it'll no doubt be finished off Tuesday, hopefully, if not running into Wednesday. Very tight for time this time, but it will be there. Viewing for that one next Saturday. If you want to come and view any of the collectible stuff, don't come expecting viewing machines because they're packed away. They probably won't even be in the warehouse, actually. They'll probably have to move them out. So I'm not being awkward. Not that I don't want you to view, because I want you to see stuff and buy it, but it's just, it won't be available. Simple as that. So I don't need to be disappointed. I'm thinking you can have a view when you can't, because that would just be a wasted journey, wouldn't it, really? So there we are. Smashing. Right, thank you very much for those of you who persevered. Sorry about the aggro, trying to get the stream to work to begin with, but we'll try again tomorrow. And go from there, really. Marvellous. Right, I need a cup of tea and something to eat. I'm hungry. Catch you tomorrow. Over and out.